What's going on, folks? We have a fantastic gadget to talk about today, the Samsung A54, a smartphone that offers a fantastic blend of features, close to what you get in a flagship S-series phone, but at nearly half the price. Are you intrigued yet? Stick around, because we're diving deep into why the A54 could be the best Android device for you. The A54 isn't just another budget phone. It's a budget phone that doesn't scream budget. Samsung's given it the makeover of a lifetime, making it virtually indistinguishable from their pricier S-series siblings. The glass and aluminum build not only adds a premium feel, but also mirrors the top-tier Samsung designs. Trust us, this phone won't make you feel like you compromised on style. And don't even get me started on the color options. They're fun and interesting, a step up from the S-series. In a world where appearances matter, the A54 is keeping up appearances. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The A54 isn't a perfect clone of the S-series. It lacks wireless charging, and the headphone jack is long gone. But honestly, that's par for the course these days. The phone doesn't have the same water resistance or ruggedness either, but it still holds its own. On the bright side, it offers something rare these days, an SD card slot. And let's not forget the in-display fingerprint sensor that's leagues ahead of its A-series predecessors. You'll also love the dual stereo speakers, offering a superior out-loud audio experience. It's like Samsung decided to pamper us in every possible way. Now, here's where the A54 continues to impress. The 6.4-inch 120Hz Super AMOLED display with a 2340 into 1080 resolution is a flagship-level feature. The colors pop, the blacks are deep, and it's every bit as sharp as you'd want. Of course, it's not as bright as the S-series, but it's no slouch either. 1,000 nits of maximum brightness ensure that outdoor viewing isn't a nightmare. The 120Hz adaptive refresh rate is another showstopper. It keeps things zippy, adapting to your usage to save power, even if it's not as responsive as the S-series. Here's where the A54 takes a minor hit. It's powered by Samsung's Exynos 1380 chipset, which doesn't quite match up to its Snapdragon counterparts. Sure, you get a choice of 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, but performance-wise, it doesn't feel like how a typical $400 to $500 Samsung phone should. There are no glaring issues, but the more you use it, the less fluid it becomes. And guess what? In a speed test, it's often on par with its cheaper sibling, the A34. This suggests that Samsung's Exynos chips, even the newer ones, still lag behind Snapdragon. Battery life is respectable thanks to the 5000 mAh battery, but it's no powerhouse. It'll make it through the day without a sweat, even with some above-average usage. The 25-watt charging is a relief, but here's the kicker. You need to buy a fast charger separately because it's not included in the box. Seriously, manufacturers, it's high time we stop with these unnecessary omissions. Now, let's talk about the camera setup. The A54 surprises with a 50-megapixel main lens, a must-have 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a somewhat less exciting 5-megapixel macro lens. Selfies are well covered with a solid 32-megapixel shooter. While this isn't flagship-level photography, it still delivers bright and colorful images. Yes, at times, they might look over-processed, but for the average user, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It does have some shortcomings in challenging lighting conditions, but let's face it, these days, phone cameras are getting so good that for most people, the A54's camera is more than enough. So, the million-dollar question is, should you buy the A54? The answer is a resounding yes. It's an outstanding all-around package, well under $500 and often under $400. While it may not be a powerhouse and it might not impress the performance snobs, it offers almost everything a normal person could wish for. Samsung even throws in a generous promise of 4 years of Android updates and 5 years of security patches. Now, it's your turn, dear viewers. Have you used the A54? What are your thoughts and experiences with it? Did it meet your expectations, or did it fall short in some areas? We would love to hear from you in the comments below. Your feedback can help others decide if this is the right phone for them. Well, that's a wrap for today, folks. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to Tech Pulse Pro. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world of tech.